Hey there, besties. Welcome to Girly Pop Probs with K and L. We are your hosts, Kelly
and Laurel.
And we are so happy you're here.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Girly Pop Probs with K and L.
Hey, y'all.
I don't know why I always sing it kind of when we...
It's because it's a song.
K and L.
K and L.
When you're listening to this, we are almost a week away from Nash. We are so hype.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. We're just like batching out episodes because we're going to Nashville. And we want to be able to enjoy Nashville.
Yeah, not have to worry about any of this. So.
We will probably go on some TikTok lives. And hang out with you guys while we're there. But podcast wise, we want to have it done. So we're like out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
But today, one of your guys' faves, advice with K and L.
Ooh, ooh.
Doot, doot. Doot, doot. So we are back with that. I'm just going to start out.
Yeah, we're going to get right to it.
We're just going to get right to it because honestly, we realize too sometimes like the shorter episodes with the advice is better. So we're going to just
pop right on.
Pop it in. All right. My first advice. Oh, this week we're doing a friend theme.
Yes, yeah. Remember friendship. How last month we said we were going to pick a theme? This month is friendship.
Yeah, so fun. All right. So this girl says, my friends didn't invite me to hang out with them. I have this friend group that consists of around 7 to 8 girls, and they were all talking about going to this haunted house place. I wasn't invited. Everyone else but me was.
Oh, no.
I helped create the friend group, and I was there the longest, but somehow I wasn't thought to be invited, and nobody talked to me all day in the friend group. They barely even talk to me. I'm just like a follower at this point. I want to cry because I feel so bad for myself that I found friends who don't even like me. What should I do?
Oh.
And I'm like, girl, first of all, that sucks. Because having a group of friends that you rely on and you want to be friends with and you think are your core group of friends, and if you're being left out of that, that sucks. And that's hurtful. But my advice would be start backing away, and if someone notices and is like, hey, what's going on, be like, dude, I just feel left out. And honestly, I feel like these type of friends also kind of gaslight you into thinking like you're crazy and like you're not being left out. But if 7 or 8 of you are in a group and they're going somewhere and you're the only one not invited, it's like a little intentional.
Yeah, like, and how do they make those plans? Like, was it a group chat?
Exactly.
That means they made a group chat without you.
Exactly.
You know, that sucks. And maybe it wasn't intentional, but it probably was. And that's not cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would, like Laura said, I would just start backing away and like saying no to things and, you know, whatever, or make another friend and like go hang out with that friend.
Yeah.
I know it's easier said than done because I only have a few friends, one of them being this woman sitting next to me. But like filling your time with other people and don't rely on them to make your time.
Go places that you might meet people at. I don't know how old you are, but like depending on your age, you know, go somewhere. Like I randomly will go somewhere and just like meet a girl and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so nice. Like, do we really hang out? Rarely. You know, but like y'all could be each other's person if you both need that person. So it's always worth trying to find new friends or rekindling old friendships that didn't have a problem, but y'all just kind of like, you know, fell off.
Yeah. And it's okay to rekindle friendships at any given point. Like, unless it's like a end all be all like toxic situation.
Agreed.
I don't think anything's wrong with rekindling something like anything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I know how it feels. Like I had times in high school where I felt like excluded out of things. Like I'd see this whole group of people that I would hang out with frequently and they'd all be like posting Instagrams and things of them hanging out together. And I'd be like, cool. Thanks for the invite. Like, and it was like the FOMO thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'm fine with people hanging out without me, but if
an invite would be
all
nice.
of you guys are hanging out, Yeah, an invite here and there would be nice.
Yeah,
So,
agreed.
Yeah, I get it. It sucks.
Yeah, I would definitely just not saying that you don't need to be friends with them anymore, but maybe try to find something that can fill your time, because that's not cool if they're going to do that to you.
Yeah.
So, my first one, or whatever, I'm trying to think of what words I was supposed to be using. My first friendship advice is I feel insecure around my best friend. So we've known each other since the first year in college, becoming closer in the last 2 years. We share a lot of interests, goals, etc. But in the last year, I found myself being jealous of her. In one occasion, I had started talking to a guy, which I liked a lot. I thought he was flirting with me, but after a few weeks, he started doing quite explicit advances to my friend. Because of the aggressive way he was hitting on her, she was complaining to me about this. I was mostly disgusted and angry, I was not expecting that he was such a pig. But deep inside, I was jealous that this was his actual goal. In other occasion, I was interested in another guy. We both knew, but I felt so insecure already. I was afraid of confessing to him how I was feeling, because I had the feeling that he would rather be with her than me. And I was right. Even though I managed to be in an open relation with this guy, every time the three of us would hang out together, I was reminded of this fact. A couple months ago, I moved to another city, and after I went back to see my friend last weekend, she told me that this guy confessed his love to her, and that she had rejected him because of me. Although I didn't mind the fact that he could be interested in other people, I couldn't help but think about this, that I was the side dish once again. Because of this, I'm afraid of her meeting guys I'm interested in. And as I feel as if she's way more interesting than me, more attractive than me, and even though she has never and would never attempt to interfere actively between me and a man, I still hate that fact that she is a flirty person, more extroverted, and has a better personality than me. I really need to know how to get over this fear.
You gotta put yourself out there, okay?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that's the biggest thing is, like, I'm someone that is very extroverted if I'm, like, having a good time. Like, if I'm, like, not, if I'm uncomfortable, then I'm, like, in a shell. Like, but if I feel, like, happy, like, we're having a good night, like, I'm very extroverted. I'll talk to whoever talks to me, whatever. And so, like, I see what you're saying, too, because, like, it's easy to feel that way. But you got to put yourself out there. If you're, like, looking to date, especially, you have to put yourself out there. That is you. And you will also find a man that doesn't want her personality, that wants your personality. You know, not every man is going to want her.
Yeah.
But I get it. I also understand, you know.
I've definitely felt like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had friends before where I'm like, she's just so pretty, or I love her personality. And
anyways, he's going to think that you're the prettier one. You're the fun one. You're the interesting one, because there's someone for everyone. I wholeheartedly believe that. And I wholeheartedly think that you will find your person, and he's not going to want her. He's not going to want anyone else. He's going to want you. And as long as your friend isn't trying to take your man or extra flirty. I mean, there's a difference of, like, being friendly and being, like, all touchy on someone else's man and flirty. Like, there is a difference.
There is a difference.
But if she's just being friendly and, like, she's just extroverted and you trust your friend, then I would not worry about your friend.
Right.
I don't think it's a friend problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's a friend problem. I think it's, you just need to be you, and you need to just focus on that. And that person will come along. It is unfortunate that she told you that, because I don't know if you guys have, like, the girl code where it's like, if I've talked to this guy, they're off limits. That's a whole different thing to unpack.
Yeah.
Because I kind of believe in that. Like, if I've ever talked to somebody, like, you shouldn't also talk to them.
No, I agree. I agree.
Especially if it's a long relationship of any kind.
Yeah.
But,
and the thing is that, like, I don't know how to say this nicely, but, like, there's always going to be, if you have a friend group, especially, there's always going to be, like, objectively like pretty person of the group. Objective, whatever. I feel like that's unfortunately how it is. That like the more people are like attracted to.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, don't let that get you down, because if it does, every woman in the world would feel that way, because I could think Kelly is the most beautiful girl in the world, which I do, and she could think I'm the most beautiful girl in the world, but some other girl could come in our group and she could be the most beautiful girl in the world. Nala's not outside, right?
No.
Okay, a cat walked by that kind of looked like Nala. Okay. And
sorry, if you're not watching the video, the cat just decided that he wanted to sit on the back of the couch. So we're just going to roll with it.
We're just going to roll with it, making my allergies go crack. Anyways, I feel like regardless of how many people you have in your group, there's always going to be someone. But again, one person is going to think so-and-so is the hottest, the most pretty. And so are the men.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be them thinking your friend is the most attractive one. I truly believe that. So, again, it's not your friend's fault. I mean, like, it's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it out on your friend. It does suck, but it sounds like you, not to be mean, but just need to work on, like, your understanding your self-worth.
And your confidence, yeah. Just put yourself out there, have fun, and don't take things seriously, and just see where things go.
Yeah.
All right, my Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for wanting to have a break in my friendship? Hey everyone, I recently had an incident with a friend. Let's call him James. This has me questioning our friendship. The other night, while driving around our local entertainment district, James and some others were wolf calling women. I found this not just disrespectful, but also dangerous and harassful. Interesting. When I voiced my concern about feeling uncomfortable and wanting to go home, my feelings were dismissed, which left me feeling embarrassed and frustrated. I genuinely believe that this kind of behavior isn't harmless fun. It could have led to serious consequences, like being misinterpreted by the police. I'm currently preparing for military service, and I couldn't afford to jeopardize that. I've decided I need to take a step back from hanging out with James and his friend group to reevaluate what I want in my life and my friendships. However, when I expressed this to James, he replied by telling me I need to loosen up, lower my walls, and have fun while we're still young, insisting it's not dangerous or suspicious. So am I the asshole for wanting to take a break from this friendship?
No. Your friends should know your goals, and they know what you're doing with everything in your life, or if they're a true friend, they remember those things. And I think that you're not the asshole for wanting to leave that friendship.
No, and especially like being a girl and your friends are like catcalling, your guy friends are catcalling women. Like, it's a turnoff for like a friendship, I feel like, because it's like, why are you doing that? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to women.
I'm sorry because like we had a lot of guy friends in high school. If any of our friends did that, absolutely not.
Yeah. Skedaddle.
Bye.
Literally. Like, that's just not, it's disrespectful, because I don't like getting catcalled at the gas station.
No.
I don't want to get catcalled. Like, at a bar, I don't want to get catcalled. Like,
yeah.
I want to have fun with my friends, And I feel like to what men think are fun and they're being dismissive about it, it can turn into more harmful things, because y'all can be drunk. And he can think that a girl is being flirty with him after catcalling him, but she's just trying to be friendly and she's uncomfortable. And it can lead to much more. And it can lead to very harmful things, obviously, as we know. And so, yeah, no, I don't blame you. You're not the asshole. He's an asshole. Him and his friends are assholes. So
for sure. I agree. My next one is, or my am I the asshole is, am I the asshole for not apologizing to my friend after 10 years of them canceling on me? They do start this message out with saying, sorry, English is not their first language. So I'm going to do my best to gather what they're trying to say if it doesn't make 100% sense. But I just felt like this was a good one, because people these days are good at canceling. So, all right. I, 25 female, and my best friend, 25 NB, Haven't talked in a few months due to a misunderstanding. Going back to the end of last summer, I gained a lot of weight since moving back from the university and have had more discipline by working out 5 days a week, going to bed early, and being on a calorie deficit. I invited them to do it with me if they liked, but we just worked out a few times, which I really appreciated. We usually hang out a few times a week till late at night, but during my diet, and I communicated that I need to be in bed by 9:30 to wake up by 4 to 5 a.m. to work out. I was very proud of myself during that time. I was able to lose 10 to 12 pounds in 2 months. Good job.
Yeah.
And was feeling really good about myself. During this time, I started to notice my friends stopped inviting me to things. They would go out on the weekends. We would text a few times a week and see each other every 2 weeks if they weren't busy with their other friends. We made plans to go to a festival together in Vegas, but since it was sold out, we put ourselves on the wait list. But before we did, I double checked to see if they were for sure going to go. Once I received my ticket, I let them know that, and within that same day, I called them and they said they were not going anymore. I was so upset because this isn't the first time that they've canceled a trip or an event that we all paid to go to. I tried to not let it upset me because this was the person I was closest to, but it just kept bothering me. Fast forward to a month or two later, I was going to visit one of my friends, and she was going with, her other friend to see her family. We planned this trip to be out there around the same time so we could all hang out together. When we were on the trip together, they were late to everything, started to act different towards me. The whole thing was weird. One night, we were supposed to meet at a bar, and they didn't even end up coming until 3 hours later, which is insane, and didn't even care that we were waiting on them for hours. But I pushed all of this aside, just wanted to have a good time. When we came back from the trip, I apologized for not talking to them as much before the trip because I was upset on her canceling last minute for the festival, and I had to find somebody to buy my ticket and lost my money from it. They went off on me and said how they thought I would have went without them, but this was never the case because I got the ticket because I wanted to go with them. They also said how I have been a horrible friend and how I've been ignoring them and I wanted to live life and stay fit, which wasn't the case. I was depressed and was hating my body, and I was tired of looking at myself in the mirror. By the end of the conversation, they said I was gaslighting them, which is absolutely insane. When I tried to express why I was upset with them and wanted to move past this, they did not care. But after this convo, we haven't talked in months, and it's been really weighing on me because this person was my ride or die. Am I the asshole? No. Sorry, that was a mouthful.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You're not the asshole.
No.
Like, okay. You are trying to better yourself. It's not like you're canceling plans or having this specific routine because you have other friends that you want to hang out with, right? Like, you're doing this to better yourself, to better your life, to make yourself feel better. Like you said, you're depressed. We've all been there. Those that have never experienced depression, good for you. Most of us that listen to this podcast, I'm sure, can relate. You are allowed to want to work on you.
Yeah.
And your friends should be in your corner supporting you. And
Agreed.
I do think that's not fair that they canceled after you bought a ticket to this thing.
Agreed.
So I don't think you're the asshole. I would have also been like, I'm just going to keep my distance.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Word for word. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah. We know a lot of you that listen probably struggle with friendship problems because don't we all at times?
Yeah.
So you're not
this girl right here.
Yeah. So you're not alone if you are going through a season of friendship struggles, of feeling left out, feeling not included, like all of those things. You're not alone. And we're here if you want to chat or if you want some advice.
Yeah.
Or if you want to know if you're the asshole or not. We got your back, sis.
Yes, we got your back, sis. We'd love to feature you on a future episode of the podcast, obviously anonymous if you'd like to remain anonymous. Right now, the only way you can do that is by DMing us on any of our social platforms. But we are working on getting something for the future. I know we keep saying that. We honestly just need to sit down and make the Google Doc. It'll take not very long to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, we'd love to hear that. Next advice with K&L is going to be about family and family drama, family advice. So if you have anything coming up that you're like, or past holiday trauma.
Yeah. Because it's right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If you have anything that's gonna like stir in your brain, like we'd love to hear about it. So please DM us if we haven't gotten that Google Doc out, because that's gonna be a good one.
Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all we have for you today.
Y'all have a good week. We're close to Nashville.
All right, we will talk to you next time.
Thank you, besties, for joining us. Go check out our latest TikTok and comment what you want to hear us talk about next. See you again next time. Bye.